The living room, where the family meets to discuss issues, any issue which may be bothering one of the family members. That's what we do each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM with Ricardo Mitchell and DJ Aaron 868. We have casual conversations on serious topics, from sports to culture, mental health to economics, relationships to life lessons. Join us each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM. The Living Room, casual conversations on serious topics.
It is currently a couple minutes after 6 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago, but all the time this headphones in good and as soon as we start to record. Anyway, let's do this again. It's a couple minutes after 6 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm glad to know you're locked on to the true nation station, WACK 90.1 FM, where we are
culture crazy.
If you don't know the program you're listening to, I'm sure you're going to know it now. Right? Yeah. Let's kick this off as we always do. Must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and seeing another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always
give thanks.
Secondly, must say thank you to those that went before us. Not just the ancestors that we were lied to that existed, but mainly to the Tanos and the Kalinagos. But also to our brother in music, Tony Prescott. The P this week stands for
promotion, because I see like my partner, my co-host get promotion. I realize you're running point on some of the programs.
This is your truly DJ Aaron 868. I'm always great and I'm never late. Alongside my brethren, and I'll introduce you, Ricardo, the Chupacabra. I tell you, I'm going for the whole month, you know. The whole month.
I deserve it. Ricardo Mitchell, the social stage and the local stage. So Aaron, as I mentioned earlier, it looked like WACK stands for Where Aaron, Caption and Kenny. What is going on? I see the blow up the shout box the other night looking for Kenny. But it looked like the show got the one that he ran in his absence, or at least that he ran remotely, but you represented. It looked good. It looked like I some decent results and feedback.
Kenny is he get fed up of me carry on rock and say I'm leaving all it, do all the thing, and he go work from home for a little bit. I find it take him long enough, honestly.
But you know what? That's a sign of good leadership when you know when to properly delegate and when to allow the people that you're educating in an arena to practice what you're teaching them. So,
right, so
that's good, man.
And you know, that's how I'll hang my hat this week.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I actually hosted or was part of hosting a live show like that. And it reminded me a lot of why I enjoy it. And just to let the listeners know, the things I said on the mic this weekend ain't no different to what we saying off the mic. It's just this time Wally was lucky enough to hear it.
You want to say lucky, yes?
Nah, trust me. That's some gems, boy. As I've started doing, and I'm starting to catalog a little bit, so I'll be posting some little snippets of the shows to my Instagram weekly. So you can check it out. Just search for @DJ Aaron 868 on any social media platform. I post it across the all. And on TikTok. And I would not be going on TikTok.
Right.
Just putting that out there. You know, to my brethren out there who are going through a lot, but continue to get up each day and work hard to do better than they did yesterday. Because as men, we are always taught that showing emotion is a sign of weakness. But that's the furthest from the truth. Showing emotion is a sign of strength. Being able to be vulnerable is a sign of strength. Don't let people continue to tell you that is weakness. It's strong to show emotion, guys. And in hanging your hat, I wanted to hang my hat first before you take it over, Ricardo, to the 4 brethren or the 4 fellas who committed that heinous crime on High Street in San Fernando. No, we don't have space for that in our society.
I want to continue on that point. Well, I want to wipe my foot. Drag the bottom of my soul on this mat.
Of your feet, the sole of your feet. Make sure I'm be clear with that.
Yeah, the sole of my... No, but you know what? However you read it, I know what I said. You see the enablers. You see the people who perpetrating the crime is one thing. But you see the enablers, and by the enablers I mean you, the citizenry, who are aware of what these people are doing. You who are turning a blind eye or taking your cut. You who are witnesses, you who are enabling, you who are participating, you who are the people that facilitating what is happening in our country. I condemn your inaction or actions as the case may be. Who have eyes will see, who have ears will hear. But we are in the position we are in, not because of who doing wrong, but who allowing it to go on. If it fall in a garden, plant and eat. And on a lighter note, I would like to hang my hat.
I'm not gonna say I could add to that.
I thought you went first.
No.
Hey, go ahead.
You went on, and I really need to add to that.
Good.
To the adding to the enablers. If you are seeing your child who works nowhere bringing home 10,000 a week and you're not questioning it, Mr. Shaq sang about it in his tune Generation Next. Oh, yeah.
I don't see I don't see what I don't see there, you know. Anyway.
How you want to hang your hat?
Granny was a Baptist, you know.
Oh, and
yeah.
There was one other thing which we had to wipe our feet on: the unfortunate death of Miss Kojo.
You know what? On that vein, there was a very notable, noticeable, unignorable absence of outcry. All I'm saying is that Trinidad and Tobago, I see you. Her name was Ketisha Kojo. But Trinidad and Tobago, I see you. I don't know who know, you know, but who hearing what it is I saying and how I saying it, they will know. I see you. And as I was saying, on a lighter note, I would like to hang my hat to the teachers and parents, for those who are any part of the education system as it exists immediately. Some kids are back out, some kids are not as yet.
Yeah.
It is a complicated time and a complicated situation, and I want to just offer my best wishes and deepest prayer for navigating this particular season. It is right here, and I hang my hat to you all for doing what it is you have to do under these conditions.
Well, I don't have a parrot on a stick or a child or anything like that. But you know how I knew that there was a portion of our society going back to school?
Pictures on Facebook?
No, traffic.
Oh, wait. Yeah, and that's why I say anybody who are part of the process as well, because you don't know it's going to have more traffic on the road.
Yeah, boy. Right. Let me shake it off here.
Yeah, because I know I'm
today.
I dropped the hammer, you know.
Now, honestly, some of the things we said,
not even apologizing for it.
I have no apology for any of these statements that I made earlier, because I tried my best to make them as politically correct as possible.
Good. To keep up the average, because I've not been trying to keep it politically correct.
No, well, also we need to ensure that we are here next week to continue to make these statements, to push the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to do better.
You go get them, bro. Hey, speaking of citizens and doing better, I think we have a little taster, a taste of the Culture Chronicles going on still.
We don't have a taste of the Culture Chronicles. We have the Culture Chronicles going on right here on the True Nation station, WACK 90.1 FM. We don't give nobody a taste. We just put the whole plate in front of you with proper servings.
Nice. Because we've done what we do. We do the media and radio. We do the radio,
yeah.
Right? We do culture in terms of the merchandising with the wildlife and the Marvin, the Manikou. Right. What else we did? We did something else, no?
We did the
we did fetting as
the economics of the
economics of events, because like it or not, fetting is part of the culture. Right.
And this week we are going to do one of my favorite parts of our culture now, Kaiso.
Nice, man. Nice.
So, and we are joined today by someone with over 30 years experience in the Kaiso arena. This man singing Kaiso from since I was either small or before born.
Yeah, since you were not.
Wow, thank you. We bring to you one of the founders of the Kaiso Showcase tent, right? He's also the chairman of the TUCO South Central Zone, Mr. Steve Pascall, better known as Ras Kommanda. So, Ricardo, I don't know if he in the mezzanine or if he upstairs or if he in the back planting some garden, what we had to do to get him inside.
Yeah,
but
don't worry. I'm going to look for him.
Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room.
I'm going to try to introduce him the way he's introduced himself, and then he will do it properly. Because I know I can't do it. I'm introducing to you inside the living room the Maverick with the lyric, and that ain't no gimmick. He's here to
Yeah, boy. I realize you're a DJ, but look like you want a freelance as a butcher. Before your massacred man introduction.
But I did state before that I would mess it up and he would have to do it properly.
All that missing is bread and his sandwiches, boy. Oh gosh, boy. Ras, give me something there.
Yeah.
Good evening to you, to all the people who locked on to this wonderful station. I want to thank the guys for having me here once again. As I said, I am Steve Pascall, also known as Ras Kommanda. I am the Maverick with the lyric, and that ain't no gimmick. I'm here to please and not to freeze. Set your mind at ease at 90.1 FM degrees. So that's the introduction to the boss.
That is what we're talking about.
I knew I couldn't do it. Just saying.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. You got here for effort.
Ras, we have plenty things to talk about because we know of short seasons before, but I think this will be the shortest season that we have ever come across. But before we get into that short season talk, we want to ask the easiest question that we ask all our guests when they come inside the living room. How are you?
Well, I'm doing pretty okay, I must admit, at this time last year, I was much more, healthy in terms of, certain things that happened to me since after I got the COVID in July. I'm still recovering. I've heard that it's a long term after, once your system, and reconnect a little post reconnect, because my situation was primarily oxygen not going to the brain, right? And since I come out of the COVID, one of the things I'm fighting with is a sort of balance. If I come off the bed, I have to sit down and take my time. I don't know if that is a normal thing with people around my age, when I lie down flat, I feel like the roof, spinning a kind of way. So to be honest, I just wanted to be as honest as possible, but I want to make complaints in this time. But otherwise, I good. I cool, I doing all my normal chores, assisting my mom in the house, because that is a mandate I got from God to go and take care of my mother. She will be 87 next month, and I gave up a great opportunity working as a PRO in Port of Spain to make this sacrifice in San Fernando. That cost me, but there is no greater calling than a son, being around to assist his mother. You hear a lot of people find that girls should do that, but my sisters and them not around in this part of the world, so I take it upon myself to make sure that I take care of my mom. And at the same time, I get to be around my grandchildren and them. So basically, I'm happy with that, right? So at this point in time, my garden going good. I was proud of that. I just can't wait for morning, boy. I might go to sleep 7, 8, depending. I might be watching a movie and fall asleep on the bed, and I might wake up about 3, 4 in the morning. I have to turn back on the television to try to fall back to sleep. And at the time I see a break of daylight, I get up, take care of my 3 birds. I have a canary and 2 bullfinch. And after that is wet plants and start to do what I have to do, make my beds, organize manure, take care of the plant, thing. If a bunch of fig fall along, deal with it, all them different things. So that will be my day-to-day, but plus TUCO on the side. I'm no longer in the office as the office administrator, but I'm still the chairman. So based on that, I'll be called to do some form of duty, that the leadership entails, go to town to represent at meetings, go and meet a minister, go and meet the mayor, that is my call. And I'm the political in TUCO then, more or less. So that's how it is be. That's how it is be for me these days. But I cool, man, with the blessings of Almighty Jah, I'm cool, I'm alive, I'm always available to the media because of the role I play, and no media person consider try to talk to Ras Kommanda and you avoid them. I always have an answer. Even though I don't have it, I have it.
So
more or less to speak, because I'm creative.
So as they say, you always have an answer. Let me ask you this question then. As they say, you are the political arm, right?
Yeah.
Now, I know you'd be happy to see that there's a level of consideration towards Calypsonians. But as we say, this short season, there's not even 2. Yeah, basically they give all you 2 weeks to go and write a Kaiso and put forward work to enter the competition. That is enough time to put forward top quality work?
Not really. It may be enough time for some. I can't talk for everybody, but for me, it's not enough time. The pandemic has placed us in a tailspin, right? We must all agree about that. Up comes the government via their arm who could for dealing with carnival issues called the NCC, via the chairman, Mr. Winston Jimsy Peters, who himself is a Calypsonian. He came up with this brilliant idea in his mindset or whatever, that we could have a resemblance of a carnival, right? They call it just a taste. Who is me, right? Who is me? Not to find a way to see the vision and support it, whether it's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, right? Because I must be aware in the game that there are people who have written songs after Carnival, after Ash Wednesday, hoping that the pandemic would have passed by June, July, August. So in my wisdom, I have to support it if it means setting up midnight every day until quote unquote Ash Wednesday. So the 2 weeks, to some, it wouldn't be enough time, but there are many who would have prepared themselves because, they always had this feeling that something will happen in next Carnival. And these are the people who will be able to take advantage of this time and this space. So hats off to them because they were thinkers and they were planners. If you didn't plan in this game, well, so be it. Next time is for you.
Because I would say I have been receiving emails of 2022 Kaiso releases from quite a few Calypsonians. And I'll just say, just to let the listeners know, Tamika Darius, Contender, Karina Shea, Devon Seal, Chuck Gordon, All-Rounder, just to name a few, Connector. So Kaisonians, there are some that have been prepared or preparing in this event, but there are others who, just to call a spade, they ain't ready.
All the people you call, all the names, they have been top contenders for the March Gras royalty claim, right? They have either went more than once or twice or 3 times, to the March Gras stage. So they always open that there will be an opportunity. The people that would think otherwise, who either, much of them might be neophytes in this game, so they really understand the thing. If there was a thing I was taught in school, if you fail to prepare to fail. Nihil omnino Christos in Benedict's College La Romina. I learned that from early. And those who prepared, right? They prepared to win. They didn't fail to prepare. They prepare. So that's the situation we're facing. So those are the people. And all the noisers are the people who fail to prepare. So that, and when I say preparation, I talk about preparation in the sense that we are in a novelty situation and we live. The people say, yeah, what happening? If all you carnival, you have to take the vaccine from we. Business community is supporting the government. They're supporting vaccination of the workers, right? They're supporting the protocols in the business place. If you as an individual, you want to understand that it's either you're in or you're out. My thing, if I was younger, I might have taken that vaccine. At my age, I over 60 yet. So that it's to me, and then once again, I get the virus, I was a victim of the virus, I survive it. So more or less my mindset different. Maybe before I might have think differently, right? I've seen a lot of my friends and good people I know fall victim. May their soul rest in peace. So that I'm saying culturally, there are people who understood one thing. They might have a carnival next year. This is the industry where we just make money, right? So they get a song, they prepare themselves, and here we are at this juncture where next week will be the auditions for the Calypso Monarch, the Chutney Monarch, the this Monarch, the that Monarch, Extempo Monarch, and the government has supported them. So that is it in a nutshell. I am not angry with anybody, right? I'm not angry because as long as some of my members could achieve at this point in time, who knows next, after Ash Wednesday, we'll be able to do much more things. Go back to the normal virtual events by platforms like Kenny Philip, for example, by WAC, for example, and people earn an income. But, so that we have to give it a chance. I don't like the term in hindsight. I like to do it so that I don't have to say in hindsight.
Now, Ras, you're dropping some real valiant points there, and we had to stick a pin in a couple of them. But there's one that I want to ask you. You stated that you took a position, right? Personally, you took a position. Now, within your capacity as the chairman of TUCO South Central, you may be able to shed some light on this. What percentage of the organization is going to be able to participate in this taste of Carnival?
That is a very good question, for more than one reason. I don't have the answer in terms of percentage because I don't think we have gathered the amount of data at this point in time because TUCO has over 500 members already. But what I can say from what I've been seeing, it seems that a great proportion of the real Kaisonian, and when I say real Kaisonian, the people who live by it, who make the decision to take the vaccine so that they could perform and get an income, I think a great percentage of them, and the names I'm seeing that coming out in and in the tents, because so far about 6 or 7 tents have identified themselves and give themselves the opportunity to have 2-night show. Government afforded them, and 2 nights in safe zone. The safe zones are Queens Hall and Queens Park, Savannah, and Naparima Bowl in San Fernando. Those are the safe zones. They have already collected their dates. I think most of them would have gotten the vaccine ID as well as the national ID card and presented to the different administrators of these safe zones, because that is one of the criteria. You have to present your entire cast and present their vaccination card copies as well as the ID cards, the band as well, background vocals as well, and whatever personnel will be coming in that gate. Otherwise, we're not letting you in. And that's the procedure. Luckily for me, I have one of the most supportive personnel on my side, in that my Vice Chairman, Hamidullah Wahid. I could rely on him to go to the Vatican and use obscene language, and they still know his obscene language he now use.
Oh, I get scared now.
First he good. He clever, he witty, and he could represent me. We exchange every day. Every morning and evening, Hamidullah calls me, and I call him. So I can almost say safely that, God forbid, if a day pass and Hamidullah ain't call me, he'll call somebody and say, go and check on Ras Kommanda. Something ain't right, and vice versa. We had that kind of collaboration, right? And I have a secretary. I don't know if any of you ever seen the movie called Suits. It was a movie with a star boy, right? Right.
The lawyer thing.
Star in the legal sense. Right? You are and he had a secretary named Donna.
Right.
Right. I don't know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Cheryl is my Donna. You see that lady there, Cheryl and Joseph? That's my Donna. So I'm comfortable. I don't have to go in the event, but I will plan the event. I'll do everything up to the last point. As we speak here, she's representing me as well as El Drago down at the Naparima Bowl to deal with the rider for the band and so on, and the vaccine cards and what have you.
No. Well, Ricardo, I realize I ain't allowing you this tea.
Well, no, I realize you settled back into your old rhythm now. It was the only man missing here is Juby, so we had to fix that next time. Right? Raz, I want to acknowledge first and foremost something you say when you mentioned preparation, right? A couple of years ago in conversation, I realized something. Regardless of how much rainfall, is how big your bucket is, right? It have people out here that if all the rainfall, they have no bucket, and then they go say that they have no water. Then it has some only have a little bucket, it has some have a barrel, and it has some build a tank. It don't matter how much rainfall, how big is your bucket. So if you're only here, it had 2 weeks to perform. How big was your bucket? How prepared were you for when that rain fall? And that is just a thing where I understand, you want to do something and invest in something that may not come to fruition. But at the end of the day, you're right, we're in a novel situation here. You had to make up your mind. And as you so rightfully say, I want to tie that into something else to say. You're either in or you're out. People out here feel that it have absolutes when it comes to making the right and making the wrong decisions. When in reality, it's really just a case of each decision have its own set of consequences. It could be right for some and it could be wrong for others. So if you decide, well, you know what, I ain't putting myself through that, well, then you're not going to be privy to the benefits of that. However, you might also be spared the consequences of it. You make a choice and you're either in or you're out. So we need to correct is right. So we really had to get away from that because I do it right or because you do it wrong mentality, and accept that people are still allowed to decide their own consequences,
their own fate. And something I want to bring up here really quickly is that we live in a technological age where if you have an idea for a song, you could pull out your phone and do a voice recording and have demos of songs on your phone for the next 5 years, you know, if it had no carnival.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you had to use what's available to you in this,
But
you also
if
the
I may
novel situation.
Yeah, if I could interject here,
Surely.
Calypso is not carnival, you know.
Thank you.
We use the medium of carnival, but Calypso is not carnival. Calypso, to me, is endlessly timeless. You know, I sing because I feel. I sing because I see. You know, and when it affects me or my kind, I have to speak out. It's just a medium I use to say what I need to say. Right? So when I throw it out there, put the cap fit way, because that is my role, I'm a griot. So that the whole carnival situation as an income, it's primarily because of what it is. It's an income. It comes like, all right, in your city, a construction starts. Nothing have been happening. Right? This big construction start. There's a little mason in the corner by the lady there, the parlor. She want to put up 10 blocks. And up come this construction where they're looking for masons to put up 1 million blocks. You go grab it. But that's not to say it's not the village masons still, you know.
Yeah.
So we as artists, we are entertainers, we are griots in this time and space. But when this carnival comes, there's a big offering, that's the big construction that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When it comes, we run to it, we gravitate to it because the money different day. By the neighbor down the street, she can only pay her 200 a day. But when carnival come, because big construction come, the money triples. So we all run for the money. Some of us will get a chance, some of us won't get a chance. Some will make the final, some won't get the job. And that's it. So that's the reality of the carnival. But we basically, Kaiso is annually, somebody try to cement it in a space that it don't belong to. But we have to find a way to come out of it. Right? That's how I see the thing. And my interpretation.
Ricardo, this takes me back to the conversation that we started 2022 with a fella who claims to have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the culture. Yeah, he claims to have a wealth of knowledge.
Right. Your godfather.
Mr. Kenrick Phillips. Right? And he spoke of this and referred us to a song, 5 Weeks on Salt.
Right, marvelous.
Yeah, and I know you would know that tune, Ras.
I know that song with Marva. That was a nice year for Marva.
And I'm glad this came up now because it's something that personally I am very passionate about. That we need to get our culture out of that box. We need to be able, year round, to be able to say, here what's going on. I film to hear some Kaiso tonight, you know. Kaiso Showcase have a show down by a bar. Let me go and hear Ras Kommanda sing some Kaiso. Or let me go and hear Hamidullah sing about he won matchstick. I don't know why Hami's still walking around with this one matchstick, but that's a whole next talk. Or let me go and hear Mr. Sharp sing about Bois.
Yeah.
We should be able at any time of the year to be able to hear not just Kaiso, because Kaiso is just a component of our culture.
Yeah.
But to be able to go and see Iowa Georgian concert in Point.
Yeah.
In August. I know TUCO is primarily responsible for Calypso. But how you feel when somebody think that Kaiso, that carnival is just mass and fete and wine and jam?
Ooh.
You treat him too good, or else?
Boy. No, people. How I should start this, boy?
Like a stump, you know?
Listen. Carnival is more than mass and fete. And if so, why not? Let me look at the bigger picture. What is the economics that surrounds this event? Ask the Polori man, ask the snow cone man, ask the seamstress, ask the maxi taxi, ask the planes, ask the hotel, ask every entity that deals with our normal day of life. And they will tell you, boy, I just make real money in Carnival, boy. Right? Depending on where they're located and how they hustle. And the artists are no different. Yes, it must affect what this Fed does. The Fed have a positive, you know, so all who feel it are negative, the Fed have a positive. Nurses, doctors, bank workers, clerks, or teachers, and everybody in society. They have a lot of pent up energy. And in order to get out that pent up energy outside, it's important that they go and party. That's what it does for us. The psychiatrist will tell you people need to get rid of that energy. I just watch little children, for example. You're giving them all kind of snack, popcorn, sweet drink, blah, 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 blah. This just hype them up. And when they jump in and running up and down, oh God, stop that. And that's right. So it's important that we have this. I have seen it. I have seen bank workers in situations that I couldn't believe they could have do what they're doing on Carnival Monday and Tuesday or in a party. When that human element takes control of your body, you show your true colors. People that live like a life of oh shit, paid boy, false. You know, you go in the bank and maybe that it's protocol, it's attitude, it's training. So you go in the bank and you see that same individual, lady or man, who gives you that, good morning, and how can I help you this morning? You will, watch that, you will be shocked. You will start up with your mouth open. You see she saying, hand up in the air, hand up in the air. You're shocked to see how she body parts flinging so with music. And that the same person was pious. Good morning, Mr. Pascall. How are you this morning? What is your transaction today? Ladies, boy, I shock. So Carnival is important for many other reasons. Health reasons, financial, wherewithal reasons, and so many that I might be able to refer to at this point in time. So the Fete and Mass is good, but the main element in all this bacchanal is the music. Who provides the music? And here comes moi and company. So that all in all, we can't separate the element. I mean, I do expect to hear on Carnival Day in Trinidad and Tobago, My Way by Frank Sinatra. I do expect to hear that. Carnival is Calypso, is Mass, is Pan. If you don't involve the three elements, as well as the major stakeholders with the people of Trinidad and Tobago, it's just a taste. That is all I have to say.
well played, sir. Very, very well played. I wouldn't see that ending like that. And for the music lovers like myself, when you talk about, you know, the different professions coming together, one song always comes to mind for me, and that's from one of my favorite artists, Irfan Alves. He asked the question which many a man have asked come Ash Wednesday: where all the woman does come from, daddy?
I want to tell you, see, there's a man who also sang a song entitled Carnival is Woman. You know, because that is the polar too. Men go to fetes and so on with the main intention. Yes, besides we come into Lime and have a time, but woman is a magnet. And that is why men just keep special fetes and give it special names. You know, to draw the deep pocket.
Good opportunity.
So I say no more. I say no more about that part of the thing.
I
But
find
that is it.
I find that sip come very strategically timed there, Ricardo.
No, it's just the air dry now, so I had to. That's what happened. That's all.
Now we're telling me. Wait, boy. I won't lie. These are the conversations that I enjoy having with our guests. And for those ardent listeners of WAC 90.1 FM, they know that Ras is no stranger to our studio, because he used to be here with TUCO, then he was here when Thai Trini Music Vibes with Juby. He's no stranger. He's pop up ever so often, well, used to before the Panini that we are in right now. But he's no stranger, and as he's very outspoken as to his views. Since we talked about it earlier in terms of having Kaiso and stuff like that accessible throughout the year, how does TUCO plan to integrate events to ensure that Calypso continues to get the recognition it deserves?
Well, my brother, it has been 2 years since the organization have been unable to keep any fundraising event, right? Because, the pandemic, the rules, how much people could gather, and that kind of thing. So in saying that, if you have a vault, right, and you're only taking out, and you're not replenishing it, eventually it will come empty. So that is one of the situations we have faced. So from where I sit as Chairman of South Zone, we are looking to find a way to deal with the profits, whatever profits we acquire from this carnival, to keep a lot of events to assist, especially the unvaccinated people, right, who weren't able to make money, as we say, eat a food, as we say, during the carnival month situation. We know them. We know who they are, We have to find a way, as long as they had the ability, because we have some good artists who just not able to participate because of their choice.
Yeah.
But we as a responsible organization have to find a way. We have to find a way, right? Because I personally have the will, have the commitment, and have the drive to assist not just a portion of the membership, but to assist the entire membership. So that I know the president of TUCO, Mr. King, we have spoken, and he is looking at certain things nationally, like we have holidays in this nation here that need an injection of cultural events. So we don't know, we might have an independence, Calypso Monarch, where everybody could take part, might have a Republic Monarch, We might assist, as we usually do over the years, with OWTU and the Labor Day, Calypso Monarch. So on deciding that we could work as usual with the great KMP Music, with their platform as well as other platforms, to encourage some form of fund generation to make a man feel comfortable. Sometimes it's not $1 million a man looking for, but he will accept 0.0000000.1 at $1 million. Once it could go to the grocery or the market and help fill a hole. Because you see, gratefulness is something that people need to have more. To be ungrateful is worse than witchcraft, So anywhere, I think a man can be assisted to put a smile on his face, he should be grateful. So that is how I see the thing, and hope that other people see it like me.
For those of you who don't know, on the 31st of August, 2022, Trinidad and Tobago will be celebrating 60 years as an independent nation. And I do really hope, Ras, that I know the last independence competition that we had, to my memory, I could be wrong, was 25.
Nah, we had the 50, boy. The 50 was big.
Oh,
the 50 was big, man.
See,
I think If I am mistaken, the mighty midget will win that.
I stand corrected.
You
Thank you
can
very
always
much,
Google
Ras.
it, because you have access in front of you there. So you could Google quickly. While me and Ron,
No,
we
but
can
sometimes
talk it.
sometimes it's good to make the mistake in the question, because the average citizen may not even have remembered that.
Yeah.
And I am the average citizen as well. As much as I am an ardent supporter of the culture, I am still the average citizen that is forget.
The 50 had a big one, boy. Chuck Gordon and all them guys came with some powerful hitters, boy. Yeah.
So as our country reaches retirement age of 60.
You know what you
What?
just say? you know what you just say?
Yeah.
Right here, right here.
Ricardo, you innocent.
All right.
No,
All right, dude.
I know why I said it.
Human retirement.
Mhm. Yeah. Human retirement. Let me not.
Yeah. No, but I know why I said it. And it's a very loaded statement that if I go into detail, I may end up not being on radio again.
Okay.
Right?
Noted.
That's so
So
direct, man.
Yeah, of course. Oh, they teach me well enough.
Old Samba man, you know.
But I really do hope that we do a Calypso competition this year. And Ras, if you're looking for a DJ for all your shows, once you know how to find me. And I just do the culture thing. All you know that.
You could have used an email to send a message.
You understand?
You send a message with a slinging shot.
I'll put it out there. Right? I don't know, Bert. Ricardo, you have anything you want to ask? We have the big man in the business here.
I'll be frank with all, yeah. And I'm saying this on air for a reason. Plenty of the comfort level I developed with myself on air was because of conversations that I had with or around Ras Kommanda. The idea that I had in terms of what a presenter should sound like or look like or how he should carry himself, I could summarize it in one statement. There are people that when you pass them in the road and say good morning, you can't believe that that's the person who was on air. And when I realized that there was a lack of integrity in the way that we presented ourselves, I decided who I was going to be in media. And after that, everything felt different. I want to say that when we asked Ras Kommanda, how are you? Part of his response included his service to his family and his community. Because it's so deeply ingrained in who he is that it is impossible for it to not be expressed. And I want to say that being in a position where using what Aaron says now, where we give in flowers while they're alive, while in conversation here, I want to point out that TUCO, they're blessed to have a representative who will do what it takes, whether they like it or not. I want to say that Kaiso has a representative and a steward and a guardian who is no stranger to the danger of being outspoken. And that is what it is we need. We also have somebody who nimble enough to know when it's to dance out of our conversation. Because it makes sense keeping your head up when shell passing. What I'm saying is, I saying it here, loud and clear, for all who listening. And for who upset, well, that is up to them. Everybody entitled. But we asking people to be better citizens, and we're not recognizing good citizenry when we see it. And I want to publicly recognize your Ras Kommanda, because I'm not just speaking about you in terms of your mentorship. I'm not speaking about you in terms of your presenting and your broadcast. I'm not speaking just about your administration. I'm also speaking about the man who is a family man, an elder in his community, in all the societies he engaged in, and a man who the last time we interviewed you, we talking about living off the land in terms of planting, in terms of creating a space where you could connect with the earth and you could benefit from your efforts. What I'm saying is that there are examples, living daily examples of what not just, and I had to say this intentionally, but not just what a man is, but what a black man in Trinidad and Tobago could be. Because all the pictures of black man that we're seeing on media have the holding up numbers and in front of one set of little lines showing the height, or the slumped over in a vehicle, or in the road with a little yellow card marking how much shells it have. What I'm saying is, your focus, you see better what you focus on, and you focus on what you're paying attention to. If we pay attention to the examples that Trinidad has to offer, we might be able to better take something from that and apply it to the people who need an example. So I don't go in a sermon already there, but what I want to say is I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, not as a peer, but as a citizen. And not just as a citizen, but as a brother. Because I don't think people understand that culture is not just the expression of a people, it is the heart of the people. Yeah, so we can't talk culture and ain't talk about the heart. So that is my contribution there. Aaron, you could take back your interview. Ras, thank you for allowing me that space to say that. But I had to make sure that somebody listening understand this thing, you know. We're not just talking about rhythm and songs and pods. We're talking about something else, you know. So I good there.
I appreciate that, brother. I really appreciate that. I've never really said that to me in my face. But I'm not cocky. But I understand what you said it. I understand about me. That is why I try to maintain that standard all the time. People ask me, so my youth and them here that, Papa, how you going right by the road there? How you dress up so? I say, because all the road, I might bounce up on a German producer. And you might hear somebody say, Commander. And he will say, you is the Ras Kommanda? He say, oh, what they say about you is true, man. Really attire yourself properly. And I just go by the shop, you know. I've always tried to approach my life as an artist, as an entertainer. And I learned from Duke. And there's a story behind Duke that one day I will tell all about Ian Chalk does. It's not easy. But thank you, my brother. Your beard. You truly wear that beard and you execute as a philosopher. That class you take that Aaron pay for, it's working well.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
You're blessed, man, Ricardo. You're blessed.
Man. Well, glory to God, man. That way you get messed. That way I use.
Yeah.
Ricardo, we are getting perilously close to the end of our program, and we want to ask our guests, what does TUCO have in just a taste at Carnival 2022?
Okay, well, TUCO is the Calypso entity. We have a Kaiso Rama event which entails extempo. I think this year we're moving with some other stakeholders, maybe chutney. You know, we have been speaking with the people who handles the administration of the chutney. So I think we're partnering with them on that Thursday, Carnival Thursday. The Calypso Monarch, that is popular among the nationals here and those in the diaspora. And we have the tents, as I said before. The tents will be visiting the three safe zone arenas. I'll call them again, La Prima Bowl, Queen's Hall, and Queen's Park, Savannah. Those are the three to look out for it. Mostly you will hear it on the number one station for culture, WAC 90.1 FM. So if you're not on WAC, I don't know where you are, you know, right? So that it's important that you look out to WAC, not just for the entertainment aspect, but also information.
And lastly, Ras, any shout outs, shameless plugs, social media contacts?
I will be a hypocrite if I don't say I don't understand the shameless part. But I just want to shout out the fans. On Facebook, I am Heart Lion. You know, I have over the years, especially during this pandemic, I have had a lot of new friends. They support me, they support my commentary a lot, you know. I also have some fans on a page, Planting to Eat. And I must say, I want to shout out a brother by the name of Umadat Maraj. He's an agriculture economist. That brother has been very supportive of me. He took my song, plant something, grow more food, and he has taken to the University of the West Indies as a song to carry the agriculture mission, right? And I'm real proud of that. He have done that for me. He invited me. You might see some photos where I'm performing for school children and that kind of thing. Anytime the university have anything agro event, he invites me to come and perform, and that has been very interesting for me. I want to send out a shout out to my staff at TUCO, especially as I said, Mr. Kichi, Sharon Joseph, as well as Mr. Hamidullah Wahid, and along with the rest, Ali Besso, Ainsley Myers, you know, and Kerry Stevens. We formed the team, you know. So my family, my mother who always there, if she was a millionaire, maybe I would have had the biggest song in Trinidad. You know, she does always feel that she wasn't rather able to give me the kind of financial support because primarily we are poor people and you know how this game is. You know, I didn't have no parent who could have go to the unit trust or go to the credit union and take out X amount of money and give me a 5-song album and make me big. So that she always feel I get cheated. She does say that they don't know Kaiso, but then there's every parent's dream for the children. So that as I said to you guys in work, the radio station people, you give me a lot of love, you know. I don't know why, you know. You Foxy especially. I can call name to him because I know, you know. And the others, if I can't remember is because maybe I don't hear enough. So that but I really want to compliment you guys and you know, for supporting me and my music. So that basically that is the team. Telling you incoming fan, if you join my team, you're on a good team. You know, you're on a good team, Mr. Desmond. I leave you out for spite. But you're my soldier, you know, I love you like that. You're one of the motivators. You know, and to all the other guys really actually stand firm for your culture.
Grand side note is
Oh God. So that is the enough respect. No, enough respect.
Ras, you know, I want to say thank you very much for taking time out of your hectic schedule to join us inside the living room to shed some light on the Kaiso Chronicles inside the Culture Chronicles that we have been doing since the start of this year. Because one of the things that Ricardo and I agreed on at the start is that we need to shed some light on the culture and let people know that the culture is really more than just mass and fete, but also to signify the importance of mass and fete in the culture. Because we need to marry the traditional culture with the commercialized culture for the entire thing to move forward.
Yeah.
Right?
You're so right.
I want to thank you for joining us. I hope the tents are televised because you know how my schedule is right now.
Yeah.
With the Kaiso Coliseum. So I hope I could catch these shows sometime after because that's the only time I'll be able to hear the new Kaisos.
I hope
live.
so as well because I mean it don't make sense in this day and age that we having such great events and they're not just televised but recorded for future transmission.
Right?
Yeah. I get plenty buff when I had to quarrel and shake down thing to tell them we cannot be doing interviews every week and you can't find it the week after.
Yeah,
you understand? That's maths. Not in this modern internet age.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you know what is one of our problems in Trinidad? We don't catalog enough our history.
Yeah.
You know, we don't do it enough. I don't know why. I mean, as a parent and all, I want to try to take my grandchild first walk, first come home. Like this morning, I ran out and take a picture of a young man who lives a little distance from me. His first entry into college, you know, as you say, the secondary school this morning.
School uniform.
His father mother was shocked to see that I doing that. You know, it's important to chronicle every moment, and it does have an effect on you as you go into life, adulthood, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Ricardo?
Well, this is yours truly, the social stage on the local stage. Thanking you for joining us in the living room. Remember, guys, the hourglass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains, so whatever you're doing, be good and stay safe.
And this is yours truly, DJ Aaron 868. I'm always great and I am never late, reminding you that love is the currency. So spend some today. Up next is who?
Hey, it's my godfather, Mr. Desmond, with the big band.
After this conversation today, I think I'm going to throw your hat in the ring on Saturday to pay tribute to you inside the Tribute 30s. What we're going to do as we are closing off is we're going to post the schedule with the Taste of Carnival right here or here or
Yeah, that
somewhere.
good. You get through there.
Right. Going to post that schedule, all right? The big band is up next.